Aldo and Chris, two best friends, had one big dream: to become famous YouTubers. Aldo had red hair, Chris had black hair. Every day, they were so excited to live stream, hoping their views would skyrocket. But fate had other plans. Their viewer count was stuck at around 50. One afternoon, after playing basketball, Chris decided to pull a prank on Aldo. Annoyed, Aldo kicked the ball hard at Chris, and it landed in someone's yard. The house looked empty, and the doorbell was broken, so they decided to climb the fence. Once inside, they were surprised. The yard was huge but totally neglected. As they were looking for the ball, Aldo thought he saw a shadow, but when he looked again, it was gone. Even though the vibe was creepy, curiosity got the best of them. They kept exploring the house until they found a slightly ajar door. Before they could even go in, the door suddenly slammed shut by itself. Aldo and Chris ran for their lives. That night, Aldo got the idea to edit the video of what happened. He added ghost effects to make it look scary. Aldo said, "Let's just upload it. Maybe it'll go viral." Chris wasn't into it. He didn't want to lie, the ghost was just an edit. But Aldo convinced him, "It's fine, lots of other YouTubers fake things too. Besides, if it goes viral, the money will be great." The next day, they were shocked. The edited video actually went viral. It hit 1 million views. Since they had already started lying, they didn't want to lose the momentum. They set up another fake live stream. They told their viewers that ever since they went to that house, their lives had been a mess. It was as if there was a secret they had to uncover in that house. Aldo even claimed he was seeing ghosts all the time, which was a total lie. They promised their viewers they would do a vlog in the empty house if the live stream hit 500,000 views that day. And it did. They were thrilled, but Chris started to have doubts again. He had a bad feeling about the house and didn't want to keep lying. But Aldo reassured him, "This is our chance to get famous. It would be a waste to back out now." That night, they were crazy enough to go back to the house. No doors were open, so they broke a window to get in. The first floor was empty. Nothing there. When they went upstairs to the second floor, there was a painting of a general on the wall. The house was so big that Aldo and Chris got separated for a bit. Chris suddenly saw a chair moving by itself. Scared and tense, he immediately called for Aldo. It turned out to be a prank. Aldo had tied a string to the chair to make it look like it was moving. But then, things got really creepy. When they tried to record again, the chair actually moved by itself and was thrown across the room. On top of that, they heard a faucet running in one of the bathrooms, even though the water in the house was turned off. The general's painting also suddenly fell off the wall. Chris was done. He wanted to go home right away. But Aldo insisted, "We can't leave yet. We don't have enough content. This is definitely going to go viral." While they were looking around, a door kept opening and closing on its own. A bicycle also appeared, as if someone was playing with it. When they followed it, the door that had closed before opened again. They immediately ran. Chris was about to give up and just go home. He was afraid they had angered the spirits of the house. But Aldo wouldn't listen. He said that if they wanted to go viral, they had to be brave. It would be even better if they could record a real ghost. Reluctantly, Chris followed Aldo back to the third floor. This time, Chris saw a mother and child through a peephole. The mother and child knew they were being watched. Even scarier, a demon appeared behind Chris. They quickly ran back to the second floor. A piano there suddenly started playing by itself. For a second, they saw the general from the painting playing the piano, and then he disappeared. As things got really intense, a man carrying a corpse appeared. Aldo and Chris were even more confused. Is that a ghost or a human? They thought. A woman in a maid's uniform suddenly appeared behind them. She talked to them for a bit, then vanished. After all that, Aldo finally agreed to go home. He was terrified. What if there are not only ghosts in this house but also a psychopath? He thought. Unfortunately, the doors that had been open were now all locked. There was no signal, so they couldn't call for help. Suddenly, the man with the corpse appeared again, this time with a gun. Panicked, they ran back to the third floor and broke a window. The sound of the glass shattering was loud, and the mysterious man immediately came looking for them. Luckily, Aldo and Chris managed to hide. But the man was shooting everywhere. Just as his shots were about to hit them, the maid woman appeared and seemed to know where they were hiding. Strangely, she got rid of the mysterious man, and then she also disappeared. Seeing a chance, Aldo and Chris escaped using a rope. Just when they thought they had made it, the mysterious man appeared again. This time, Chris was kidnapped. Seeing his best friend in danger, Aldo bravely went back inside. Lots of apparitions started showing up. There was even a female ghost who told Aldo to leave quickly. Even though he was terrified, Aldo was determined to find Chris. The trail led to the basement. Aldo found Chris, but his condition was horrifying. Chris was possessed and had turned into a demon. Not knowing what to do, Aldo decided to go back and get the police. Outside, it was already morning, and the doors that had been locked were now open. But to his bad luck, the mysterious man was waiting for Aldo. Aldo was caught. Somehow, Aldo managed to escape. A little later, the police came to the house and Chris was saved. But Aldo was a total content addict. After all that chaos, he went back to the house just to find his camera. And here's the plot twist. The Aldo who went back to the house was actually a spirit. He had already died. Even worse, when the apparitions on the third floor appeared, Chris had already been possessed. So, the psychopath who appeared in the vlog was actually Chris, possessed by a demon. Since Chris doesn't remember anything, he's going to go to jail. There's proof that he was the one who killed Aldo. Who would believe him if he said he was possessed? This story is a real-life lesson. Never mess with the unseen, especially just for content.